previously stayed on belongs to this uncle, but the land that we are now standing on is pastor's land itself. So we are actually clearing pastor's land and building a house for him on his own land.
बाख्राले नाफा हुन्छ किनभने अब वर्षमा दुईचोटि ब्याउँछ कुनै बेरमा एउटा ब्याउँछ कुनै बेरमा दुईटा ब्याउँछ अब यो बोकाहरू पायो भने अब बजार व्यवस्था गर्नलाई गाह्रो हुँदैन बोका खसी बनाइन्छ त्यसबाट हाम्रो राम्रो आम्दानी हुन्छ उहाँले भन्नुभएको चाहिँ अब जुन दिइन्छ रकम दिएपछि अनि त्यो अवधिमा सम्मको अवधिमा हो त्यो अवधि सकेपछि अरूलाई पनि प्रदान गर्नुपर्छ भनेर उहाँले भन्नुभएको थियो।
My name is Benson, and today we're bringing these water filters to Gloria School, which is founded by Grace. So as you can see, it's made of 2 buckets, and in between the 2 buckets, what we have done is that we've drilled a hole in between them, and we have placed 2 filtering materials between, and it filters through 1 bucket in about an hour, and we'll be taking them to Grace, and she'll bring it to her school.
So we would like to leave out our friends from Nottingham who came all the way down here, and so is it alright if we have some time where they can share? Afterwards we will pray for Nepal, and we will pray for the people there. That's one request that they had specifically, was that whenever we came back, we just gave them 5 minutes every now and then, because they really believe in the power of prayer. So can I invite Sharon up? I'm not even kidding. It's not my idea.
Hi, my name is Sharon. So I'm the physiotherapist in the team this time. So it's my first time ever going on a missionary trip. So I think. Before I went to this trip, I was really thinking, well, as a physio, what can I actually do in a missionary field? Because I feel like they don't even have the basic stuff to support their living. Being a physio there, I can't really do much for them because physio is just there to improve their quality of life, and I'm not needed there. That's what's always been in my mind. I think, yeah, that's not what I. So whenever I think, oh, I need to go to missionary trips, I won't be doing physio stuff because I thought, oh, I may go to care for the kids, I may help with construction work, but never doing physio stuff. But God has really taught me through this trip. So on the first day when we had the medical camp, I didn't actually have my own station at that point. They were just medical station and dental station, and suddenly a doctor was like, oh, patient with back pain, physio. And then that's how I actually started my physio clinic. Not really clinic, it's just like a place around there, yeah, just around a corner, and doing my own physio stuff. And on the second day of medical camp, they actually gave me a little room, and I got the chance to do my own physio work there. So after that day, I remember sharing within the team, and I said I got a bit depressed and really upset because a lot of people do have high expectations towards physio. They thought, oh, I've got aches here and aches there, and physio might be able to help me and cure my pain. And I was not actually able to do that because a lot of them were farmers and they've been having problems for a long time, like 10, 20, 30, 60 years. And although I'm a physio, I can't help them. So after that day, treating about 10, 20 people, I got really upset because I felt really helpless and I don't think I can help them any further. And seeing people being really disappointed is a very, very upset thing. So I really prayed to God that day, and I thought, oh, on the third day, I know I'm going to have another, not really third day of the trip, but third day that I'm having my physio session. I really prayed to God that He really let me learn something, or just change my mind, basically, so that I'll be able to help these people. So on that day, God has really taught me a lesson. So I finally understood it's not me that I've got the ability to cure these people. I don't have the power. I don't have the ability to do it. I don't have the expertise to do it. But I remember I've got an old lady. She's got pain everywhere. And I felt really helpless at that point, and I could only think of praying. So I asked her, can I pray for you? And she said yes. Obviously I've got a translator there, and he translated for me. So I just prayed for her. I don't know whether she will get cured or whatever, but at least she can be comforted and have the internal peace with her. Or just let her experience the power of God, or even healing. So after I prayed for her, I see her with tears in her eye, and she just showed so thankful for what I've actually done for her. And I finally realized, yes, that's what I actually have to do, is I bring these people to Christ, and I just bring their needs to Jesus, and just let God to cure them. And it's through the power of God that we're able to do stuff. It's not through our own ability. And God has really taught me this lesson, and really taught me to be humble, because I finally found out that it's not based on my own power that I've come to missionary to help these people. It's because of God's power and mercy and the grace of God that we've been able to stand here, stand in a missionary field to help these people. And yeah, like you today, sharing about our missionary trip is actually God's grace as well. So yeah, I really want to encourage every one of you, if you've got the heart to go on a missionary trip, or just have an experience in it, why not taking a step just to go and experience it, and you finally found out whether God has given this like this heart for you to get into missionary, or whether that's actually suitable for you. Sometimes you just need to take that step before you actually know. So yeah, that's my little sharing about my
Cool. Thanks, Sharon. It was pretty amazing, isn't it, actually hearing from people their experiences as well. And as Sharon was saying, anyone who goes, it's not really about the job that you have over here, but actually by your character, but by what God has given you specifically, that you will be key to effecting change when you go. One guy who came with us is an accountant, and he's not with us today. He didn't do much accountancy over there, but just by the nature of who he was and his character, whenever we have 170 people or 100 people outside the medical clinic, he is crazy. But he was able to chat to these guys. I can't even do an impression because he was just like, I'm not doing justice. But he would manage actually these 100, 150 people and keep them sat down, making them laugh, telling them jokes and keeping them orderly. Something which I couldn't do because that's not my skill or my role. But actually he did it even as an accountant. There are people needed who are very good at precise things, and there are people there who need to have this overview as well, isn't it? And that's why we're all one body, isn't it, in the church, or all different parts to this body. In the end, that guy went out, not as a Christian. He was searching, and I think the really nice thing was actually I was ill and I went to sleep and I missed it, but I was slightly woken up to songs because he did become a Christian in the end during that trip. And some of the funny things are that we were saying the next two mornings later at breakfast, we started without him because he was a bit late, came down. But he came down and he was like, "Oh, you guys, you started without me." And we were like, "Yeah, sorry." He's like, "Yeah." He looked upset. And we were like, "Why are you upset?" He was like, "Oh, I missed saying grace." And I was like, who has ever in the history of ever complained about missing grace? But it's just a reminder of just the awesomeness of what God has done within lives. And the same guy said actually again, he was like, I'm going back from this mission trip with not just photographs and stories to tell, stories of my holidays of I went to this place and I went to this place, but he actually has real deep messages and memories which he can recount and say, this is what this trip was about. It wasn't just a holiday where they spoke to us. This is what God did in my life, and this is what I was able to contribute and share. So I think we'll pass it over to some prayers now.
Yeah. So we're going to have a bit of time of prayer as we all kind of came up in the sharing a lot that how we experienced firsthand how prayer changes lives, and it's not just lives, especially in the case of Nepal. We actually saw, like, speaking to Pastor NP and just understanding the background there and knowing the stories from that, prayer actually changed a nation and it changed their country, like in terms of not just within the church but outside the church, within every person's lives. They just was just full of this obedience and reliance on God. And so what we'll do, we've got some prayer points here, but first of all I'll split everyone up into groups. We'll do a bit of have some time for a bit of prayer. We'll split into small groups of about 4 people per group. So it would be good to also have some of the Bread and Life team members within your group so that we can talk a bit more and share a bit more prayer points personally. So we can start from Christian from that side. All start counting one. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 groups. It should work out roughly about this good size. And if you're a Bread and Life team member, just don't shout the number, okay? 1,
2, 3, 4, 5,
6.
So where's 6? You're 6, right? That's it, yeah. 1. 7, 2, yeah. And then below behind. Eric.
Oh, okay, I'm 3, am I? Okay.
5. You might drop those in. 3. You should copy them.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay? 2, 3. They all remember the number.
3.
Okay, let's just have 4 corners and 6 corners. Yeah.
4 quarters in square.
So get into your group.
3.
To the quarter.
3. 3. 3.
You and Brian are the same. Do you know what Brian just said? Same, no. 해도 되다가.
It's not perfect.
I'm not sure.
Jump over, do it.